Hey everyone, this is DWS Darius and welcome to another day in the fish room. So right now you're looking at my 350 gallon aquarium. Last week I gave you guys a breakdown of the price of this tank. In that video I also gave you guys a quick update on the fish, and I showed you guys how my red devil at the moment was being extremely aggressive to the point where I was ready to get rid of him. I asked you guys for some advice and the majority of you told me that it would be best to get rid of him, and I definitely thought that that was the best option. So right when I was about to take a picture of him to post his picture on Craigslist, he just did a 180 with his behavior. He became a lot less aggressive. I mean, he still flared every now and then, but in any aquarium you're going to have a tank boss, and he got to show some aggression to keep everything in order. But he made a complete 180. He was not chasing a fish, and on top of that he was kind of acting like a little puppy dog in front of me, swimming back and forth. Whatever side of the tank I went to, he would come right in front of me and just show off, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't put him on Craigslist, so he's still in the aquarium. Now I still want this to be a South American aquarium, being that all the fish in this tank originate from South America except the red devil. However, I don't want to get rid of the red devil, so eventually what I want to do is move the red devil to the 210 gallon aquarium, and then this aquarium will be fully South American. Now the only reason why I can't do it today is because there are a lot of fish in the 210 gallon aquarium that are very small, and while the red devil won't eat them, he still might be a little bit too aggressive, which might cause them to stress out too much and potentially die, and I definitely don't want that. So the plan is to allow the red devil to stay in this aquarium until the fish in the 210 are large enough. When they are large enough, I will take them up there, and then this aquarium will become a fully South American aquarium. Now while I was responding to some of your comments on that last video, I came across a comment from a guy who's big with Central and South American cichlids. I mean, this guy knows his stuff. You can check out his channel in a link above and you'll see that he has some awesome setups, and he definitely has a lot of knowledge with these fish, and he recommended that I add some Feste cichlids to this aquarium. Now I actually have a male Feste living inside my 210 gallon aquarium, but I always thought that these were Central American cichlids. I read it on different articles, and I've also seen it in different videos to how people classify these as Central American cichlids. However, yesterday I just did a little bit more research, and it turns out that Feste cichlids, also known as red terrors, they come from Ecuador and Peru, which are countries in South America, which means this fish is a good candidate for my 350 gallon aquarium. Now my red terror cichlid is about 8 inches long, and I definitely think he will benefit inside the 350 gallon aquarium just because these fish can max at about 16 to 18 inches, and that larger aquarium will help him grow faster. Along with that, the diet that I'm feeding to the 350 gallon aquarium will be a little bit more better because this fish is a predator, and I just feed more high protein foods to the 350 compared to the 210 gallon aquarium, so I think he will benefit. The only concern is that these fish are called red terrors for a reason, and that's because these fish are known to be highly aggressive, but that's where the red devil comes in. I'm hoping that because the red devil is the largest fish, he is the most dominant, and because right now he is peaceful, he's able to tame the Feste cichlid just long enough for the Feste to become associated with other fish. I know that whenever you add a new fish to the aquarium, they're going to try to fit into the hierarchy, so they're going to try to fight as much as they can. But I'm hoping that because the red devil is the most dominant, he's going to prevent any fighting between the Feste and the peacock bass. Previously I had them all mixed together in my 210, and the Feste was trying to fight my peacock bass because these guys are big, and if he conquered them, I guess there's a high defeat in his mind. But hopefully the red devil will prevent that from occurring. Now with all this running through my mind, the best thing that I could have did was did a little bit more research and just patiently planned it out. However, I just couldn't do that. My mind was possessed with all these thoughts of the Feste in the 350, how it will look, how it will respond, and I was bound to get her over with that same night. So I started planning out how I could catch this fish. Recently I've been learning that the best way to catch a fish is when it sleeps, so I've been coming at night with a flashlight trying to plan out just how I would do it, trying to look and see where this fish sleeps at. Of course, nothing plays out as easy as we make it in our mind, so eventually I fell when it came to catching this guy at night. I came over and over with a flashlight in the same night trying to figure out where he sleeps, and this guy was just so attentive that anytime I flashed the light, he moved. All the other fish stayed asleep. He just was always catching me, so trying to catch him at night didn't work. But at least I did get to see some of the fish that I normally don't see, like my Raphael Catfish. This guy is nocturnal, and I never see him unless I come up here at night, so this is just a quick opportunity for you guys to see how this fish looks. So after about 5 attempts of coming down at night, trying to catch him at different hours in his sleep, it definitely turned out to be a failure, just because this guy is way too attentive. So the next day, on my normal water change day, I took the loss, I destroyed my aquascape, and I caught him. Then I added the Feste Cichlid to the 350 gallon aquarium. I left the lights on the tank off for a couple of hours just so that he could get adjusted to the waters without worrying about all the other fish trying to fight him. Now here's my prediction of what I think will happen when the lights come back on. I think when the lights come back on, the red devil is going to realize that the red terror is in the aquarium, and this is going to erupt him into that monster that he was last week. He's going to be highly aggressive towards the Feste and towards the other fish, and this is just going to be his way of assuring everybody that he still is the dominant male. Even though there's a new fish, he still is the alpha. And he's going to be pretty aggressive. Now, why is this a good thing? I think that this is a good thing because while he's aggressive, he's going to make sure that there's no other fights in the aquarium. And this was my biggest concern. The Feste is about 8 inches. He's smaller than my Oscar and peacock bass, but he has a better fighting skill. He's more aggressive. So if he was to fight the Oscar cichlid without any interruptions, it could be bad for the Oscar. Same thing with the peacock bass. It could be bad for them because the Feste is a better fighter. So I'm hoping that the red devil just breaks up any fights because he will once again try to establish himself as the most dominant. So if he sees any other fish fighting, he's going to feel the need to break it up. So this is my goal. I'm hoping that as long as the red devil is in this aquarium, he's going to keep the Feste cichlid at bay just until the Feste gets large enough to feel confident and don't feel the need to fight these other fish. As long as the Feste is smaller than the peacock bass and Oscar, he's going to feel the need to defend himself and to be aggressive towards them. But if the Feste becomes larger or the same size, he's going to realize that they're not a threat and he's not going to be as aggressive towards them. With that being said, this is going to be a look at the lights first coming on and just some footage of the first hour of the Feste in aquarium and just the fish responding to the Feste and to the red devil. So I'm going to give you guys a quick narration of what's going on in case you're not really familiar with Central and South American cichlids and how they work and how they communicate. So the Feste cichlid is now behind this decoration right here, behind this piece of driftwood. He and the peacock bass are both back there. The red devil just got done chasing them, and pretty much as I told you, you see the Feste right there. The Feste is the new guy in the aquarium, so now he's trying to establish himself so that he's not the bottom ranking. but the red devil sees his establishment, the Feste's establishment, as a threat to himself. So because of that, every time the Feste cichlid, you can see him right there in the shadows trying to flare secretly at my peacock bass. You see him flaring? That's his way of showing that he's tough and he's not going to be on the bottom. But every time the red devil sees that, the red devil tries to fight him, because that flaring is eventually going to make his way to the red devil as he tries the red devil as well. So you see the red devil right here. Feste already knows that the red devil is more dominant. I'm pretty sure he realized that the red devil is bigger, so he's not going to try the red devil. He's just going to try the peacock bass, because even though they're bigger, they're definitely not as aggressive. He's going to try to become more dominant than them, and that's pretty much what's going on in this aquarium. Hopefully, eventually he does declare his dominance over these peacock bass, because it's going to happen sooner or later. Just hopefully he's able to declare it, and once he declares his dominance, he leaves them alone, and everything is peaceable. And as I said before, this could take anywhere from a week to longer, but I will watch it. And if things become too severe, if the red devil is too hard on the Feste cichlid, I will break in and remove the red devil. Or if the Feste is too hard on my peacock bass, I will also break in and remove him. Now with this move in place, it helped me to realize from my other goals for my aquariums. Since my 350 has been up, it's been taking a lot of attention from my 210 gallon aquarium, but my 210 is my main display aquarium. This tank is on my main level of my house, so everybody who comes into the house, this is the first tank that they see. And you know, while there still are a lot of awesome fish in here, I'm taking out all the personality. The Feste, the red devil, all my peacock bass, these fish were bold and they were just always in front of the glass. The new stock, or the leftover stock that is in the 210, they're a little bit more shy, and the people that come to visit this aquarium, a lot of times they come and it looks empty because they're all hiding, because most of the personality has been taken out of this aquarium. So now I have to figure out a way to restock this aquarium. What I do know is that my Mesohera sonata cichlids, these are also related to the Feste, and I also thought that these were from Central America. It turns out that these are from South America, so eventually I will be trying to take these into my 350 once they get large enough. Same thing with my Severum cichlid. When the Severum goes down to the 350, I will have to bring the red devil up, otherwise the red devil will kill it because of the color comparison. That will leave my 210 gallon aquarium with my red devil cichlid, my female Cuban cichlid, and a couple of Vieja cichlids. I think that this will be a nice show. Just hopefully I could get some nice personality, because that's the thing this aquarium needs. This tank being my main show tank, I need fish that's going to come to the glass and that's just going to be pet-like, and just show that personality. I also have a pair of Jack Dempsey cichlids. Eventually I want to bring these guys into the basement so I can let them start breeding. They definitely want to breed because they're always making nests and stuff like that, but they need a tank for themselves. I have in a 55 gallon aquarium downstairs a red shoulder Severum growing out. Eventually this guy will be added to the 350. I also have a green Terror Cichlid. It turns out this green Terror is a female, and that sucks because there's a big size reduction with females, so I may be rehoming her. Also, I will be rehoming these Mabona cichlids, and then I also have to think about my clown loaches. They are getting pretty big, and I may want to add them to my 210, but now, you know, that's just future thoughts, future ideas. But the point of this video is to give you guys a look at the newest addition to this 250 gallon aquarium, my Feste cichlid, who is just a beautiful fish. He just needs time to adjust into this aquarium. Hopefully he's not too aggressive. As I said, I do predict that the red devil will become extremely aggressive towards everybody in the tank, just to show his dominance. But this is normal. In any aquarium you will have a tank boss and they will respond. Just hopefully he's not too aggressive. If he is too aggressive, I will rehome him. But if this works out according to plan, he will stay in here until he's able to go inside the 210, which is when those fish get big enough. And hopefully everything plays out. Next, I want to go inside my 125 gallon planted aquarium, and I want to see if I could catch my ghost knifefish. Turns out that this fish also comes from South America. I thought that these fish were native to Africa, but it turns out they're from South America, so he definitely will fit inside the 350 pretty well, especially since the water is the same in both aquariums, so it will be easy for him to adjust to the tank. Just hopefully it's easy to catch him. But yeah, we're going to finish out this video with a few clips of the 350, showing you guys the new addition.